playing music. That's a little quiet. That's alright. People can hear it. Hopefully they can hear me. Oh, Discord's already open. Well, there you have it, folks. Or should I take it off? There we go. Get people warmed up. Yeah, that's what we do here. We warm them up for their Saturdays. Warm them up for their weekends. And for Pro and people over there and Jono, we warm them up halfway through their weekends. So they can finish with a strong Sunday. And I'm not talking about the dessert.
Yes, whatever you're saying, Arthur.
Excellent. That's a good Slayer. It's all a Slayer really has to say. If you didn't know how to become a Slayer, that's how you become a Slayer. Let's see if Jono's gonna act up today. Last time he got pretty wild. Started dropping F-bombs and revealing his shit posting.
Arthur, when is the Funko Pop World of Monsters series going to come out, to be released?
When your head is on a steak. On my plate. That's the kind of steak I'm talking about. That's so badass, Pro. Baby face. Alright, let's open this up. Let's introduce this topic. Let's get people excited. This is the real Arthur. This is the real John Hamm. That's the real Pro over there. Remember, Tommy Wiseau and John Hamm. Those are the top first guests for Kadawa Show Return. Together. We are live, guys. Let me turn off this music. It's otherworldly music because we're talking about space today. Just a moment.
Oh, can we listen to some Rings of Saturn?
No, Jono, we're not listening to anything now except me and you. And that's how it's going to be.
I'm drinking some tea.
Good. Thank you for letting us know.
Very good.
Pro, get on the microphone. Come on there. You can handle it. Come on, Pro. Don't give us an excuse. Look, he's typing it up. All right, what is it? What is it? People sleeping. All right, we'll wait for you, Pro. You're doing a griffin on us. All right, well, greetings, everybody. Welcome to the greatest monster podcast in the world. This is the Monstercast, and this is number 62, where we talk about space monsters. What does that mean? Well, let's make this rule, and I'm going to be repeating this, I'm sure, as people show up. Try to make it monsters that are endemic to space. So monsters that basically we know only in space and come from space, and that's where we only know their origins to be. So not monsters that appear on some other planet, because that's just alien, right? We can do it in that kind of topic. But monsters that we only know were in space, not some other planet or dimension. Jono?
I can still
use that one. Okay.
Space Godzilla, because he basically has been created in space, but he comes to Earth to battle Godzilla.
Parents are sleeping. My pet rock isn't moving, so I'm performing CPR. Damn it, bro. Just swallow it. By the time you poop it out, it'll be alive again. That's the logic we go through here. Or as the kids say these days, just vor it. Who moved this over here? Some naughty boy. Okay. So we officially have 6 people right now. I'm sure we'll at least double that today. Opposite of last time. Last time we had so many people show up that I wasn't expecting. But it was a good one too. It was anticipated monsters. And only one person mentioned the witch. And that was after from the new witch movie. I like the idea of witch movies. Yeah. With witches. With different takes. Because that isn't
a sequel to The Witch?
No. It's a different movie, I believe.
The pagan movie?
Did you see The Witch, Jono?
Of course.
That was a great movie.
I loved it. Guess who also loved it and considered it the best movie of what is 2017 or 2018? I don't remember.
John Hamm.
Exactly, yes, himself. The man
Nice.
himself loved it.
So you have to love it. Nice. Good. He
No, but I mean,
understands.
it's still a good. Yeah, because he does this thing where basically each New Year's Eve he talks about his favorite movie, album, etc. Or
Where? Where can we see him talk? Where does this
on his
phenomenon
Instagram
happen?
page,
Oh, I see.
Instagram account. That's also where I take the majority of is the content because it's the only
Oh.
social network where he is active and still hasn't blocked me.
How can we find him there? Is that John Hamm or is it
John
Agua?
Hogan,
John Kla.
of course.
Send me a
Yeah.
link on or tag me at one of his posts or something on Instagram so I
I mean,
remember and I'll follow him.
you can just look for him. I
John
won't
O.
tag you under one of his posts because
Okay.
then he will ask, "Who the fuck is this?" I'm going to block him.
Oh, come on. You're such a fan. He needs to find
I mean,
this place slowly.
I am his biggest fan, and yet he blocked only for my
Well,
cover
I
page.
guess that proves that fans can love and hate their
Yeah. No,
favorite.
but I also read an article.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he has an ask fans. And they came to Italy. One of the last times they were to Italy. This guy who was writing an article asked him for an autograph, and he just scalded him off.
Really? What's wrong with
Yeah,
him?
he is a rude. He is very rude.
He's so metal, you know? He's more
He's
metal than
stupid. Yeah, he is,
stupid.
proud of himself and thinks he owns the world.
Nice. Him and Tommy must be they must be met together because they're probably unaware of each other, but they don't know that they're each other's soulmates.
No, no, I think that John Hogan knows him. I
Is
mean,
John
it's
Hamm married?
the room. No, no, no.
Okay.
He has a girlfriend, but he
Okay.
always changes them. He is a playboy.
Oh boy. He's such a winner. Um Anyway, yeah, The Witch was good. I don't know if it was the best of that year. I don't recall what other movies happened in, but it was good. I enjoyed it. This next one doesn't look. It's not going to be as good. I definitely don't think so. The Witch was actually really a creepy thing in The Witch. That was the cool thing. Because as an
Yeah.
adult, The Witch is one of those monsters that just got less scary over time. But I think it's something that can still really work if produced right. Because it's it is human, but it's yet so alien in a way, compared to other monsters where they're just monsters
What are
with
you
claws
talking
and teeth.
about? The
You know.
witch figure?
Hmm.
Well, I mean, it depends. It's a monster like when you're speaking about something like Hansel and Gretel, but technically, witches are just humans.
Yes. Yes, and right, and that's why they become less scary. But when you explore what makes them less human and all that, and
Well, yeah, of course.
witchery and all,
Just take
it can
the
become very
Witcher
alien.
universe for example. You have
Hmm.
both sorceresses like Yennefer, and then you also have the crones.
Okay, let's get started here. So, Jono, since you revealed your monster, I think we'll get started with you first.
Oh boy. Hmm.
So, yeah,
I
hand it
have
to us.
two monsters this time. The first one, as I already anticipated,
Okay.
is wait, let me find a cool figure, a
Yes,
cool photo.
find us awesome
Will
photos.
be will be the one of the actually worst kaiju's movies, of course, because it's not a good movie, but an awesome kaiju. We're talking, of course, about Space Godzilla, our boy Space Godzilla,
Nice.
mm, who
Close.
is
What?
born.
Mm-hmm.
His origins are unclear. Um, there are basically two theories about his creation. The first one is that Biolante's cells, after Godzilla basically obliterated her, flew through space and entered through a black hole and through crystals it formed this kaiju-like creature. Because you can see that even though if he looks like a Godzilla, he has a more crocodile-shaped mouth, just like Biolante. The other theory is that when Mothra flies into space in the Godzilla vs. Mothra, the movie prior, we can see that she basically carried some Godzilla cells with her. Um, what's well, I am also. I don't think he is in voice chat. Wait, let me reply.
How is his faction? Is he totally evil? Is he neutral?
Yeah,
Good?
he is one of the few kaijus
Mm-hmm.
that are actually evil by nature. The others are, of course, Destroyer and King Ghidorah. It depends because
Mm-hmm.
I think that Monsterverse King Ghidorah, the one we got this year, is evil by nature,
Not
but
by nature.
it's strange. It's still an animal. Basically, it's an alpha predator, and since it's an alien, he has to conquer and shape the planet uh, as he would like to. I think the only time Ghidorah was actually evil, I don't think there have been any. Probably some of the Showa movies because the majority of the time he has appeared, he has always been under mind control or controlled by humans, or Godzilla versus in Godzilla Mothra and King Ghidorah Giant Monsters All Out Attack. He is the first and only
Mm-hmm.
time that he has been considered as the good guy. Kaiser Ghidorah, apart from the fact that he is not King Ghidorah, it's a standalone character. Um, Still, he is.
Hmm.
I think he is in a way mind controlled by the X aliens. I don't think he is. He is also evil. I don't remember
Okay.
also because I have the movie in German, so I don't speak German.
Nice. So, a
Um,
couple questions I
go ahead.
have. And you guys throw your questions out as well if you have for Space Godzilla, as is the main uh, focus point here. So, two questions. What are his abilities that are different from Godzilla's, and how does he compare to Godzilla size wise?
Okay. Well, size-wise, he is way taller. No, way taller, no, but if I remember, he is like 120 meters. AZ Godzilla is 100. Yeah, there's this ongoing tradition with the Heisei era where basically all the monsters that have appeared, aside
Mm-hmm.
from Mothra, are taller than Godzilla.
I
His
see.
powers, basically, as you can see by the photo, he has um, yeah, I would like to see him in the Monsterverse. And yes, Darth,
That would be
he
interesting.
was not game or comic. I don't remember, but yeah, he was inspired by so-called Super Godzilla. Well, as you can see, he has those crystals on his back and shoulders
Mm-hmm.
that basically gives him telekinetics powers because he doesn't use his arms because as you can see they're pretty small. He instead uses telekinesis and also energy rays.
Okay.
And he also can, yeah, he can fly. Something Godzilla obviously can, and unless we're talking about a certain movie.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, basically that's that. As I said, he is actually evil by nature because he is also considered the first monster to personally attack Godzilla because he kidnaps Godzilla Jr. just to basically anger him, something that Destroyer would have done
I see.
later too.
Okay. All right. Two more
Now,
questions.
second one.
Yep.
Oh no, okay,
Before you
go
move
on.
on. So, two more questions for you, Jano. How does Space Godzilla rank as your favorite kaijus? And the second question is, how does he rank you? Do you think by power level comparing with other kaijus? Kaijus.
Okay, okay. Tyler. Okay. If we don't consider the movie, that is not good. I mean, it's not Godzilla's Revenge, but still not it's not even the Shin Godzilla quality talking.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. Yeah, I always liked him. Ever since I played Save the Earth back in 2005, I always liked Space Godzilla as a design. Where do I put it? For sure, I think in my top 10, but probably
Okay,
at the bottom.
I see. Okay,
So yeah, um,
and
power wise, okay, I
deep
think
questions.
that if he is not that strong. I mean, yeah, he has telekinesis, etc., but I don't remember him being so strong. Wait a second, I'll be right back.
That would be cool to see Space Godzilla versus Shin Godzilla. I think in the Shin Godzilla movie they should add that. Although, since they did that movie so kind of more realistically, it would be pretty funny. But just having something come from space, I'm not sure if it would go with the whole theme of Shin Godzilla too well. But it would be cool seeing those two go at it and how they would design. I think Space Godzilla. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. So I think that would be really cool. By the way, let's introduce everybody while Jono's coming
Sorry.
back here. We have Darth Phoenix, welcome. Dio, welcome. Illithid Sid, welcome. JMPF, hola, welcome. And Pro and Jono. So,
Okay.
go on.
Now that I'm back, I
Yes.
can present the second one,
What did you say the
which
power
is
level
the
was?
it is the Space Leviathan from Stellaris. A very fun game. Me
Hold
and
on,
Pro
Jono.
play very often.
I gotta intrude. What did you say was? Did you rank the power level of Shin? Of
Oh,
space, I mean.
oh yeah, I forgot about it because
Yeah,
it
we
was
don't
called
forget things
somewhere
here.
else. I don't know because aside from telekinesis,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he is that strong. So I don't know.
Would you say top 10? Oh,
No.
really? Wow. Okay, I
No,
didn't know
there are
there were
way um aside from
beyond top 10.
um Godzilla Earth and Anime Ghidorah, which are basically OP and they suck ass. Um, I think that only talking about the Godzilla universe, we have okay, we have Final Wars Godzilla, Destroyer, Showa King Ghidorah, Monsterverse King Ghidorah, Legendary Godzilla. Who else? Also,
Mm. Yeah, if you're looking at
there's-
all of them.
so yeah, there are a few
Yeah.
kaijus that are way more power than him. Mecha Godzilla, basically Showa Mecha Godzilla, and also Kiryu because Kiryu or Mecha Godzilla Type 3, you can call him how you basically Pro. Um, he is the only Mecha Godzilla that has had defeated Godzilla in both movies because all the other times Godzilla was able to destroy it, while Kiryu is the only one that was able to accomplish such task of being an anti-Godzilla weapon.
I see. Okay. Next one, Jono. What is that you're showing us there?
It is the
Leviathan.
Leviathan from
Ooh, the Bible.
Stellaris. Funny
Nice.
game me and Pro play. Um, okay, basically, there are no many infos about them because there are a few. Let me see if there are
How do you
other
experience a
types.
monster in that game?
Well, there aren't. I mean, if you consider the oldest pieces available, yes, there are.
Space monster. Sorry, I'm.
But
Greetings,
these are
C.
the type of monsters that are actually space monsters that can be.
Mark Peters, welcome. You rock. But my question is, Jono, in the game Stellaris, because I never played it. Oh, okay, there's some screenshots. Okay, never mind. Continue. Tell us about the
There are
monster.
If I remember correctly, and Pro can correct me, um, they are born from planets. I mean, there's a special event that can occur where basically, if you research a planet, you can find out there's a dormant leviathan in there, and you can research, and then after he breaks out and basically destroys the planet, you can tame him or it, and it can become part of your fleet. You can
Nice.
use it in war.
So it seems like it's kind of like a whale in space. Like it's
Yeah.
not totally malevolent, but it's huge, and you can definitely use it to your advantage.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whale in space.
So I'm seeing different images here, Jono, because I'm seeing the images with the creature with wings, and then I see the one with the tentacles. What's going on here?
Yeah. It's different types. There are, if I
Oh,
remember
okay.
correctly, 4 types
Nice.
of leviathans. There's also, let me find it. Uh, like translucent, transparent one. Um,
Can you battle it too?
don't don't
Thank you,
remember.
Mark Peters, for not going to bed. We need you here.
It's been a while, and I never. This is the only one I have encountered so far in game. Um, I don't remember what I did because I was focused on battling spiritualists. But yeah, these are the 4 types of leviathans, and you also need to buy a DLC to make them spawn. They are not in the vanilla game.
Hope you
What
saw that,
game is
Mark.
this again?
Stellaris.
Oh.
And that's it. That's my list of.
Thank you, Jono. That's interesting. Great minds think alike or connect. Because just this week I watched the movie Leviathan.
Is it that with the space creature like?
It's underwater,
Oh, I must.
and it's
Can you
not that
link me
huge.
some trailer or something?
Let's see if I can find one. Leviathan. So that movie, again, not very related to your Leviathan, but it was related to the topic. I was sort of this, not the topic. Hold on. I'm not getting to any point here quickly. The biblical
What I like
monster.
to do. My passion for marine life.
I remember I was watching I had a priest friend, kind of a priest friend, over one time, and
You have a priest friend?
I did sort of. He was a Vietnamese priest friend that I met at work, and I was helping him out with stuff.
Catholic priest? Are they Catholic?
He was. He said he was Catholic, but he was Christian. But he saw Godzilla, and I was doing a video on Godzilla at that time, and he's like, "Oh, that creature's from the Bible. They call it Leviathan." And I'm like, "Not quite, but whatever."
Leviathan
To those
is from the
people,
Bible.
everything is from the Bible. So, to some of those people, sorry.
The director of King of the Monsters said that because he was he was sent to a Catholic school by her mother, that's also from Vietnam, and said that during lessons he used to draw Godzilla on his Bible.
Awesome. Okay, that's a different movie. I'm deleting that
No,
one.
I have a kind of honorable mention.
Uh-huh.
It's not technically a monster, but it's something I hold very dear, and it's the album cover for Agalok, the Serpent and the Spirit. This is based on the Serpent constellation, of course. Yeah, that's it. That's my
Cool.
last one.
Thank you.
Because
That's kind of
everything has to be Agalok related.
and the Diagolog that looks that looks like the how do you pronounce it? Dromungunder, the world serpent of
Midgard
North
serpent.
mythology. Jormungandr, I believe. So-
Jormungandr.
Yeah, so that looks definitely inspired by that. Which is sort of a space monster if you think about it, and it engulfs the planet. So,
Is
it
it
just
in space?
right. It depends how big it really is. Does it go beyond, or is it still kind of
It's
On the
It's just
planet.
continental.
Yeah. So, yeah, the movie I wanted to mention real quick, that was Leviathan. It was underwater. I just wanted to mention it because at that time I mentioned... Cool, you saw Mark Peters? I got him. I got them both framed. The movie... I mentioned the board game I was playing, Deep Madness, and it takes place in an underwater mining facility, and it takes a Lovecraftian turn as things get
Okay,
corrupted
I
there.
think I saw it as a child, but yeah, I don't remember the Italian title.
Oh, that movie, yeah. So anyway, that game that I was playing, the board game, that movie I saw it later, and I'm like, oh damn! Now I know what kind of, because I'm sure many things as well as Lovecraft inspired the game, but I didn't know that there was a movie very similar to the game with body horror and an underwater mining facility in the future, because that's what Leviathan is. Cool concept. They did it. If you like the original Alien movie, you'll like it. It's like the original Alien movie in some ways,
Okay, yeah,
just not as
I got
good.
the movie.
Which one was it called again?
Leviathan. There's a couple. There's one in
you know the
space,
year?
and I'm talking about the one underwater.
Wait, it's the one with
Early
the
80s.
horrible thing,
Yeah.
like creature.
Yeah, it doesn't look that great. So if
This
you
one,
do like
Arthur?
the original Alien, I recommend it. Jono, let me see. Let me find it. Let me
This is
find it.
a documentary. Okay, no.
Yeah, because I found one that I was a space one. This is okay. I think it's this one. Yeah, because it's 1989. So here you go, Jono.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. Let me see the trailer. So it's not a great movie, but it does have the Alien 1 movie vibes. You see that? You even got that underwater mining suit, and that's awesome
This
because
one?
it's in the game as well. That's... I don't know if that's the monster. I don't remember looking at quite like that. It looks similar. So anyway, just wanted to shout that out. So Jono mentioned Leviathan of Stellaris and Space Godzilla. Let's move on along to the next person. Mark Peters, if you want to mention a space monster, you can mention anytime. Let's see. Jono, do you want to choose the next person to present?
Oh, what an honor. I am going to go
Yes.
with my
And welcome, Dio.
best friend, Korean Pro.
Aww. Aww. As much as you hate porn, Jono, porn is still your best friend.
You mean Cornelius? Yes.
We just found out this week that porn was Pro's official name. Just pulling your leg, Pro.
Only a few selected people know Pro's real name.
It's Richard. I don't know.
So, Pro said Hellstar Ramina is a star-sized living planet that consumes planetary bodies. It has a mouth full of needle-like teeth, a long tongue, and multiple eyes. The planet's surface is acidic, poisonous, and hostile to life. It is likely sentient and at minimum aware, being able to sense when it was being observed light years away. Ooh. I like it, Pro. Where's it from?
That's a good one.
It is.
Hey, Chris.
There we go.
Space
Hail,
monster.
Chris.
Hello.
So, Hellstar Ramina. Chris, Pro, where's it from? Ooh. Two things, Pro. It just made me think of my monster for today because I wasn't planning on presenting one, but when we were talking about, when you mentioned
Yeah.
consumes planetary bodies, I just got mine. But Pro, Hellstar
tell me
Ramina
to
from
take mine.
Junji. Oh, really? That's Junji Ito. So the other one's the concept art. That's awesome. I didn't know Junji Ito went so epic with his stuff. I have to get into those comics. I should just collect them. Well, I have too much stuff. I don't know. I'll download them. I should make videos on Junji Ito. I'm sure there's some out there. Are there a lot out there, Pro? Are there videos on Junji Ito? Because if not, I'd like to cover some of those comics or even, I don't know, read them, although that's copyright. So, question to you, Pro, or just a mind contemplation I had is, what if you had the brethren moons get near this planet? Since this is a living entity, what if it was destroyed and taken over by the brother moon and become a gigantic necromorph itself that would, well, then become a brother moon, but maybe a bigger one, as I think this may even be bigger than a brother moon. Yes, make a video. Let me know, Pro, if there's other videos, though. I'd like to review his creations. Maybe just a video of all of Junji Ito's monstrous creations. With good research prior. So let me know. And you guys, in everybody here, any questions, comments about Hellstar Ramina?
It reminds me a lot of Mogo. Oh wait, no, Mogo was the good sentient planet. What
You're
was
very
the
quiet,
evil
Chris.
Sentient planet, because Mogo is the good sentient planet from DC. That is Green Lantern, actually. But there's another one in Marvel that is evil, a planet that is sentient.
Ego?
Ego,
The one
yes.
from
Yes.
not Battleship. What was I thinking? Guardians,
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, both of them have giant sentient planets. One is a good planet that
Right.
is also a Green Lantern, and the other is evil asshole, basically.
Multiple eyes. Where are the multiple eyes, Pro? I'm seeing only one eye on both of these images. Hostile to life. It says it's star-sized. It definitely looks smaller than star-sized. It looks like small moon-sized in the images. Well, the second one could be unclear. There we go. that's more star-sized right there. And there's the multiple eyes. That looks pretty cool. Are they sacrificing her to it? I'm assuming.
What else would they be doing?
Are there a lot of Junji Ito comics? If I get into this, is this going to be a headache for me, or are there just like 5 or 6 basically easy for me to handle? And Pro, when you're done and everybody's done with their questions and comments, choose the next person to talk. And yes, answer first about how many comics.
I was a bit late, so would you mind just asking what is it that this planet does except for causing madness? Apparently, from what I will see in the illustrations.
Just what it says above, what he wrote: consumes planetary bodies.
Who's eating?
Somebody's eating and they're not sharing. There's quite a few, but there are these main big stories like this one. Okay. Pro, second question quick is, are there... Is Junji Ito done? Or is he one of these current modern? Because his works look a little dated, a little older maybe. I don't know. He just has that gritty, cool style. So he's current. Okay, so he's going to be producing more. Okay, I have to know that. Do you know his latest release and how that's going? Does he have things still coming out? Just want to know that before I embark further on Junji Ito. Yeah, check it out, Pro, and let me know anytime. And Pro, go ahead and shout somebody out. Cool, thank you. Yeah, let me know, and you can tag me later after the Monstercast, just to remind me. Because it's a cool topic. It's like that, the topic of the Russian cyber dog thing that I found. It's just something that I find is really cool, and I have to figure out how to make a video around it. And I find Junji Ito's work similar, although even much more relevant with the channel. All right, Darth Phoenix, it's your turn. Mark Peters, if you have anything to share, let me know. If not, all good. We'll make sure we vote today before everybody leaves. Last time we had a crazy Monstercast that went over 3 hours. It was a record. All right, Darth Phoenix. Good. I will take 179, the lockout. Okay. Looks like SCP-179. Tell us about it, Darth, and pictures if you can. I'm going to search it up right now as well. Darth, our SCP Master. Awesome to have an SCP Master. Ooh. Definitely looks like a space entity. Nice. Lookout. Okay. It's called SCP-179 Lookout. I'll post an image for you guys while Darth prepares what to say or whatever, if he is going to. Or I could just find the information online. But it looks like this sort of hazy, feminine figure, black figure in space with long, flowy, eternal hair. Let's see what he tells us. What's going to be the special thing about this SCP? She does have symbols on her. Many symbols we can recognize.
Oh, the Sun Mother lady.
Yeah. Seems like it. Darth is typing up a storm. We like that. Mark Peter says Xenomorph is my favorite space monster. Sorry, I'm getting old. No, that's all good. Xenomorphs rock. The question is, are they really space monsters? Are they endemic to space?
Space monsters, by the way.
Well, so today's topic being space monsters, I wanted, number one, for you to search monsters that are endemic to space as far as we know. So if we know that their origin is some planet or something, that's not necessarily a space monster. A space monster, we know, just kind of exists in outer space, as we understand the word outer space. Hence, Leviathan, the moon, brother moons, stuff like that. Leviathan that Jono mentioned. He also mentioned Space Godzilla, since the origins are unknown, but he obviously comes from space. So try to stick with that as much as you can. Hence, xenomorphs would probably not be considered totally space monsters, although we know they can survive it. So they very well could be. But as far as the origins that have been presented, if you want to follow them or not, it seems it was created in a lab, possibly in a spaceship or on a planet somewhere, but
we still have to find out.
Not necessarily in space.
If they make a sequel to Covenant, because since it didn't go very well,
right, there should be a third movie. Huh? Yep.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't want because the main thing I have against the Prometheus and Covenant is that, okay, with Prometheus, I don't like the movie, and I don't see the reason why it should be linked to the Alien universe.
Mm-hmm.
Covenant, okay, it's a fine movie, but yeah, it's still not the original Alien. But the problem that I have is that I don't want to. The main focus of the xenomorph is that it's something we don't understand. It's the fear of the unknown, as Victor will say. And so why should we know? Why is there this obsession with people lately, especially when it comes to medias, that we have to know everything?
Yeah, revealing it.
We must know the origin of every single thing.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to.
Because they're running out of...
I don't want to see how the xenomorphs are created. The only thing I want to know is that they are perfect creatures made for killing.
Yep.
Perfect is a strong word to use.
I mean,
they could even be
a flamethrower and you'll have a perfect barbecue.
They could even be following the lines of Marvel, because they look at Marvel, and Marvel does all these origin stories for superheroes. Although that's a different thing, and maybe they're following along those lines to cash in. But I think definitely with horror type themes, they don't need to do that. They're just not coming up with good action type situations and ideas.
Well, with superheroes, it's different because the origin is a main part of the character. I mean,
Right,
Heroes
exactly.
having
I
a
mean-
story.
Batman, he owns the being Batman to strong events that occurred in his life. But with the xenomorph, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't need to know where it comes from. I don't care. I don't
Right.
care about the engineers and Fassbender, etc.
Yeah. There's a lack of
Honestly,
creative.
I'm with John on this one. As far as I'm concerned, the Covenant and the Prometheus movie, I don't consider them canon for the Alien verse.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought it was something entirely different when you said Covenant.
There's a
Yes,
lack of.
I just preferred being a species that evolved on its own. I'm fine with that, rather than
Right.
they were made by an android dude.
There's a lack of creative entities that buy these licenses because it's all about these licenses and who gets them and what they
Yeah.
do with them. And of course, it's quick money for someone that's not creative but has a lot of money in Hollywood. They're like, "Ooh, I'm taking that. I know it's gonna
Yeah.
give me a good
Of
return."
course,
So
of
it's
course,
there's no
Alien
passion
is
in
going
them.
to get a lot of money. I mean,
Yes,
even
of course,
I went,
right.
yeah.
So it's a good
If a
investment,
new
but
alien, if a new
Right.
alien comes out, of course I am going to watch it because
Yeah.
I love the franchise. But and also because okay, as bad as it can get for Prometheus and Covenant, at least I want to know how it ends. If we get a sequel, I hope not. But
right.
since we are in the shit now, why
Yeah, he
should we?
started it. They might as well finish the third, and you can see how you feel afterward.
But I am still pissed off that there is no Alien 5 made by Blomkamp.
Right.
That really pisses me off.
I'm
They
sure
should have
somebody
stopped
good
at
with will get the license eventually. Eventually. These things don't die. People love to reuse old concepts rather than make new ones.
That's
So,
also true.
um, it's so. What am I trying to say? It's because there's the action part and they can't come up with creative things, but there's so many creative approaches you can make to a movie. Like you can do the whole xenomorph thing from even a movie from the perspective of a xenomorph or something like that. That would be very tricky, but that's good because that makes it creative and it's a new take. And that's just one idea. There's so many others. I just brought that up because one of my top comments under my Predator video, one of my most viewed videos, they said they'd love to see a movie from the position of the predators. And I agree. They can do that and still keep predators as a scary thing and a unknown thing. Not these days, but if they did, imagine if they did in the 80s, if they did a movie about predators, the Yautja, but from their perspective. They would
Well, they
keep
can
it
do
dark.
that.
They
They
wouldn't
can do
give a
that.
bunch of giveaways about origins. They would keep it
No.
scary and do it right. Probably.
You know what?
Depends who.
They can do that, but without using the Predator, a new original monster. I
Of
mean,
course, yeah.
the thing I have with
That
Joker,
concept alone is rare.
I still have to see it. I still have to watch it.
It's
Um,
glorious.
But I mean, I think that the plot would have worked perfectly fine even if it wasn't with Joker and Gotham City and superhero shit.
That's kind of one of the reasons why it's such a good movie. The putting the Joker was honestly kind of to just reel people in, but also technically to the director wanted to prove that he can make a quote unquote superhero movie that would earn many Oscars and stuff.
Mhm.
And to be fair, considering it's a financial success, like it cost like 50 million to make the movie, and it's
Yeah.
made a profit of over $1 billion,
Yeah.
and that's without going to China. So, oof.
Nice.
Hello, guys.
Hey.
I'm sorry I'm not going to spend much time here, because I have some stuff I need to do, and I got up late, so
No worries.
first time of the day. What movie are we talking about?
Joker.
Well, we're talking about, yeah,
We're
and
kind of
space
a far
monsters
away from
today.
Space. but
Yeah,
hey.
we're getting back to that.
Well,
So,
if you want to go to space, here's some kind of advice doing space monsters. Be careful when it comes to aliens, but don't be so, but please don't be so aliens to think that you can just eliminate a species that's like a million years more advanced You don't be like the Generation Films guys.
They are deluded, but they at least got the right viewers that think Necrons are the master race, so, you know.
All right, guys. Let me get back to Darth Phoenix since we kind of
No,
skipped
actually,
over.
they think the Imperium is the master race. They think humans are so perfect, we're going to annihilate everything in the universe. That's like, yeah, no, not
Okay.
happening.
Backwards, yes.
Skaven are the master race.
Oh boy. Okay, we all know Tyranids are. Come on now. That
Tyranid
is
might have been made by Necrons.
biology
Made against the Necrons.
in
you
its
mean.
core form. Okay, so let's go back to Darth Phoenix. And when you guys shout the next person to present out, try to make sure you shout out Gargamel next or soon because he has to go. If he does have anything to present. And Louis Zenadog, as he's not on YouTube, but he did send me stuff, so keep Louis in mind as well. So Darth Phoenix shared SCP-179, as we know, called Lookout, this dark lady silhouette in space. And he said she is an entity that watches over Earth and shoots down everything with lasers that could be a threat to Earth. Nice, so she's an Earth protector. Let's call her Mother Earth in space. She speaks France.
Earth in space.
She
I'm
speaks-
sorry, but
That's the new movie.
Earth is in space. You forgot.
That's where we're going with our Hollywood movies. Mother Earth in space. So she speaks French, which is interesting. And she says that she is the sister of the sun or so. Okay?
Sister of the sun.
Yeah. She's pretty cool. I like her design. The symbols on her, I don't know if I like that. Maybe. Okay. Any thoughts about her? If not, we'll continue with the next person.
Was that me?
I've
No.
never heard of her before.
Okay.
Oh, it's really interesting.
SCP. So Darth chose C. Yes, it is you. C. You are so on top of things.
On regarding her, what I would say is how do I put it? I think this explains it best.
Mm-hmm.
Pro will get that reference.
Alrighty.
Bonus points to whoever
Hope
else
you got
gets it.
that, Pro. Seen the show, not sure of the meme here. Okay, joking. I want to clap alien cheeks. So C, go ahead and what space monster from space do you have to discuss?
I'm a little bit iffy on this one, if for no other reason than the fact that a space monster, I'm not quite sure it is, but hey, I guess it counts. It's good old Unicron, because, you know, I like my robots. He flies around space and eat people. Well, not people, but planets. He has two forms, like all good Transformers. One of them is, of course, the ginormous planetoid he is that eat planets, and of course he has his humanoid robot form. Calling it a robot form is kind of redundant due to the fact he could rival the Matanui robot in size. I'm just saying that much.
Nice.
So he is the Hellstar Remina that Pro said, but metal.
Possibly, basically, I don't quite know.
So C, being a space monster, how did he come into existence?
Well, he was built by some little gremlin in the chair.
As
I
Alrighty.
know. That's the G1 thing. There has, of course, been other mythological explanations to his existence. which
Sounds like
I-
a gremlin
I
building
have
him on a
some,
chair. That sounded like a Superman comic or something.
Let me see if I can find.
I know
I
you've
know
mentioned him
Victoria.
before, C. I don't know.
Yeah.
What can you mention that you haven't mentioned before?
We have this Catan. I don't know how much Necron I have mentioned before, but I have definitely mentioned Catan.
Well, I mean about Unicron.
Oh, Unicron. Lovely old Unicron. How can I put it?
He has your colors. He has the whole gold and metal.
Yes. He is
Schemes?
definitely. Yeah.
Very
Unicron
Necronish.
has become the ultimate enemy of most, what to call the final boss of most Transformers. so to speak. It's a giant planet that wants to eat everything. I don't have to tell you how awesome that is.
GMPF, tell us his origins. You say you know? Please speak.
Yes, please, because there's so many of them, and I don't quite know which one to go from, because I think I get them mixed up.
All right.
Some tell he's a god, sometimes he's the little anti-god.
Okay, guys, listen up to
Some say it was-
JMPF.
That's the one I know. That he used to be a god, but he and his twin brother got caught inside planets.
So he used to be a god, and then his twin brother got caught inside a planet.
Both of them inside a planet, both of them.
Well-
One became Unicron and the other one became the planet of the Transformers.
Cybertron.
Yes.
Who's a sleepy little bastard?
I see. So he was a
Well,
god.
he shut down because there was literal civil war on his surface.
Well, this is a first today, since we were talking about what makes a space monster, origins in space, and well, this one we have origins of being a god. So let's try to avoid gods and goddesses here today, as that's a separate topic. Because that would be too easy. There's just too many, right? But that still works with Unicron, so he was originally a god. That's pretty awesome. I have a question for you, C. I'm assuming it's Latin-based, or Greek. All these space metal monsters that you love have Kron in them. The word Kron.
Now you mention it.
Do you know the
Yes,
meaning?
Complete accident.
Well, I'm wondering if there's a Latin backing to the word Kron that means something metal or unknown or space. If somebody could look
No,
that up quickly.
Well, Unicron basically means literally one horn.
Unicorn, right. Well, that's Cord, not Kron. This is Kron. Cron.
Well, Cron. I don't think it's Latin based. Cron.
Let's see.
Latin.
So in Greek, Kron is Chronos. From Greek Chronos. So that's for scheduling.
Yeah,
So that's more time-based. Interesting.
Yeah, it comes from the Greek for Chronos.
Or maybe the people that...
Unicron, basically one time,
Yeah,
something like that.
right. One time. That's nice. That's a good name for a god. So that's interesting. I wonder if the Necrons were inspired by New Unicron. If he was
I think
before
Necrons
Necrons.
were just basically they had a longer story. Let's go. What's it called? Necrons basically knock off in some way, sense, or form of something that used to be called Chaos Androids because they needed a name and to get the.
Oh,
they
okay.
needed
Can you show us those original models of Chaos?
Androids. They have only
Androids?
artwork and a little bit of. Let me see if I can find them. Chaos Androids.
And is that all you wanted to mention today, C?
Yes.
All right, C.
I
who
could
would-
mention the Catan, but I kind of feel like they'll be redundant compared to what I got right now.
The Catan.
And I'm tired of explaining all of that because you trust me, there's a lot about this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oops. Chaos Androids. And C, who would you like to present next?
Now, Chris, do we have some rats in space or something?
I wish.
Here are Chaos Necrons, some more. I mean, androids. All right, go ahead, Chris.
Yes.
Alrighty, so I was caught a wee bit off guard with this theme for space, basically.
Space. Sorry.
Basically, I don't know many monsters that are endemic to space. So,
Void
well,
Kraken.
it's too generic. There's something more spicy, so to put it. So Arthur, you will excuse me for once again venturing into the quote-unquote quadrant of the godly, but the only interesting one that I can think of. Okay, see, I would have chosen those, but they are not endemic to space. They are planetoid-based creatures.
Yes.
What are they?
The mighty biker
Biker
mice from
mice.
Mars.
Oh, I was about to mention. I was about to. I was thinking of them too, but you're right. They're not endemic to space.
All right,
Because I was about to
Chris.
suggest them to you if you can come up with one, but I realized they're not endemic to space.
So what I would be going for as the only interesting space monster that I'm able of thinking of right now is
Hmm.
this particular gentleman that Z will recognize.
Oh, let's
Let's
take.
see here.
Oh, that one. That particular asshole that keeps ruining my. Oh, no, man.
Yes, that is Aurelian Sol, the de facto creator deity of the League of Legends universe, also known as the Celestial Dragon. Basically, his shtick is that when the League of Legends universe began, you know, time wise, he was the first thing that kind of came to life. And he began accumulating cosmic power uh, due to his due to his very being cosmic power itself. That's what brought him to life. And slowly, he started just flying around the universe. But because he thought it was too dark, he started creating stars. Like as you can see in the GIF above, he just makes them from his paw, basically you could say, to light his way as he cruised around the universe and actually went around it. He just didn't just go aimlessly in one direction. He would make turns and actually manage to somehow make it back. Um, Although specifically about him, eventually those stars would start due to their gravitational pull. They would begin accumulating, gases, rocks, and create planets around
Planetoids.
themselves. Yeah, and life would begin forming on them. At which point, that said life would begin worshiping the stars in one way or another because it's the big fiery ball in the sky that gives us life and stuff. And he would kind of, upon coming back around his stars and seeing the planetoids and seeing the creatures on it, yeah, they were kind of nifty, but it, they were at first he was very benevolent towards planet terrestrial based creatures. That was until he came across Runeterra, the planet where League of Legends takes place on.
Yes, did you know that Runeterra has a solid core of salt?
Yes, yes, I did. And apparently, he somehow created that planet by mistake using world runes or something like that. It's not quite explained, but when he came back to that planet, he met up with these people called the Targonians that
They
lived
live
on
on a mountain.
the highest mountain on the planet, Mount Targon. That's where their name comes from. And specifically, the ascended, you could say, the aspects of their pantheon that are essentially godly beings that took mortal shape, technically weaker than him, but he started mingling with them, being friendly and whatnot. And as a gift, they gave him that golden crown that you see on him, all of the Targonians. What he wasn't aware of, which is kind of sad for a gigantic galaxy-spanning space dragon, is that that crown basically put him under their heel and subdued him, and they could essentially command him at that point.
Nice.
Which is where his view of terrestrial creatures started to rapidly diminish, as they also forced him to go around the universe and help expand their empire, destroying other cosmic entities and protect them, until one point where Targon was being invaded by monsters from another dimensional plane, which is the Void, and at that point they summoned him to fight them back, but in the process of the aspect of the pantheon itself, which held his proverbial chain on a leash, so to say, got did not manage to hold on to him, and after Aurelian Soul closed out the portal and destroyed all of the monsters that were coming through, he just decided, you know what, fuck this. Turned around and melted the aspect with Starfire and just blasted off into space. And as of right now, he is kinda not happy with things that are terrestrial. And I might be getting this wrong. Someone who's more versed on League of Legends lore, do correct me, Necrit, if you're watching. But I'm pretty sure that after this, he kind of went on a small vengeance spree to dismantle the Targonians' cosmic empire, since he did force him to, kill a lot of other cosmic entities that were kind of his friends.
Hmm.
So he had a big axe to grind with them.
I thought he was just a sassy dragon.
No, he actually has a reason to be angry at us little
Yeah.
infestations on
I didn't
planetoids.
know League of Legends went this deep on lore.
Oh, it does. They had actually invested some effort into the lore system now. Not a
So
lot, I will admit, but some.
you say invested.
All I'm going to say
How
is,
is
on the lore, I do not. What happened to Leona is not canon. Fuck you, Riot, for ruining my soft sun lady. Fuck you. Also
so?
with Pantheon. I don't like the lore that they did with Leona and Pantheon. They completely ruined their characters from before their lore updates. So I refuse to acknowledge them as canon.
And folks, we do have a bird watching us, big red bird. So as far as their lore, how is it presented out? Do they have any novels released yet? I'm sure they do from League of
They
Legends,
have
right?
comics.
Oh, they do.
Yes, there are a couple of comics, two series actually.
Okay.
War Mother, which takes place in the ice region of the planet, and I don't know the name of the second line, but it basically follows the life in Demacia, one of the main city-states on the planet. And I think there was also a comic following the brothers Darius and Draven from Noxus, but it was a short one. The majority of their lore is actually revealed in flavor text and short stories that are posted on a specific, an exclusive website they made.
Oh,
for
okay.
Lore,
So
where
exclusive.
stuff.
Alrighty.
Some cinematics, character interactions in game, and very recently they also released a book that was the current summed up and kind of summed up lore of the setting, basically.
Okay. Well, they can afford it for sure. So, okay. Never got too much into League of Legends. I did play a little bit though, and even streamed. Alrighty. I like JMPF showed the bird and Phoenix. You showed yourself very innocently there, but we all know the true bird within, the one of flames, the flamer bird. Thank you, Chris. If anybody has any comments or questions on that, go ahead. And Chris, shout out the next person to present.
I'm gonna shout out Gargamel
That's cute.
Gold.
Okay. And you said you shout out who?
Gargamel.
Gargamel. Do you have anything for us from space today, Gargi? Spaced Gargamel Gold, we are calling you from the monster hood from the deep caves. Gargamel Gold, the eater of Smurfs. Okay, we'll get back to him. While he's on an intermission, let me share on behalf of Louis Zenadog. If you guys can look at our video, because I'm going to show it from his Facebook message directly to me. I'm assuming some people won't see us. Let me see. Can anybody post a link? Even post it on YouTube, and I'll copy it over here. Can somebody post a... Thank you. Thank you very much, Chris. So I'm going to post or talk on behalf of Louis. Louis is not here today. He has a birthday to run or attend to, or both. So here was his... Of course, he prepared ahead of time because he is such an invested monsterite. Investing here only means passion. Okay, just to clear that out. So here is our space monster from Louis Zenadog. For the monster... Wait, that's last time. Sorry. Today, I bring you a special Space Marine chapter known as the Space Wolves. So I'd say probably not from space, but let's see what he has to cover. I mean, not directly from space, right? But they have space in their name. The great warriors are bigger and stronger than your average Space Marine. The reason for this is that they have taken a mutagenic substance that gives them augmented strength and wolf-like senses and fangs,
Oh, if
but
they can refer to the intoxicating alcohol that can corrupt Castartes, then no.
but comes at a
Be right
price. For if the soldier becomes too aggravated and stressed, he risks loaning control. He will then transform into a wolfman. Ooh.
Wolfen. Basically, superhuman space werewolves.
Show me some models of those. I've never seen them. His mind will become more beast-like and change further, eventually into becoming a full-blown space werewolf. Why the hell don't they have any models of those? They never have any berserk space wolves.
I would think that knowing the this seems kind of strange, but I would think knowing what I do know about the impairment of man, that they wouldn't exactly tolerate this because they don't sound 100% human anymore.
That's why the
Right.
space wolves keep it a secret.
Last picture, a dreadnought that carries a quasi-dead body, a space wolf in a containment unit, and though mostly machine, it can still suffer the same fate as a wolfen. I gotta check that out. So here's some images for you guys. Here's a nice.
Actually, there are
space
some
wolf
models
pack.
of Wolfen.
Let's check them out. There's some concept art. Very nice. Not that. And yeah, here's some wolfen. They're kind of half human, half wolfen, but it's not that full wolfen form. I want to see that full form.
That is basically it.
Oh, really?
They don't go full werewolf.
How do you guys feel about those? They're kind of wolfmen with long braided hair.
The space wolves as a chapter, the normal ones, are basically space Vikings that can also turn into wolf monsters.
Right. They gotta appeal to the Viking fans out there, as Warhammer covers all.
I'm
of
gonna
its
have to be
edges.
going pretty soon, guys. If I don't go next, I'm just not gonna be going, and it's not any big of a deal. So, but
Okay, go ahead, Gargamel. We're ready for you.
I just if I want to do a space monster, if you guys haven't covered, I have two of them, but I'll do only one. If you guys haven't covered them, have you covered the Galactus?
No, we have not.
Nope, that was
Galactus
mine.
from
Go ahead.
Marvel, you know who he is?
I know who he is.
Yep. I'll cover him more if you want to cover somebody else, Gargamel.
Well, I was thinking of if I couldn't do Galactus, I think I'd mention Lovecraft, only because I think I'm not sure what they would, but I think he did a lot of different space monsters, didn't he?
I think so. Any Lovecraftian big fan here? I do want to become one myself, but not
Z.
there yet. See?
Hmm.
JMPF? C is fiddling about. He's not comfortable with the topic.
Hello.
Welcome back, C.
Space monsters.
C, does Lovecraft have any space monsters that you're aware of?
Literally everything.
Tons of them.
Oh, I think Lovecraft has a lot of space monsters.
Yep.
Lovecraft, there's like
It's primarily space
Isaac
monsters.
Isaac Arthur did an entire video on space in the eyes of like Lovecraft. With space
Yep,
in the
yep.
eyes of Lovecraft.
Yeah, space is vast and terrible in its vastness and emptiness. And pray that you doesn't find anything worse than emptiness out there, for there are worse things than emptiness out there. Something like that.
Like Necrons.
Yes.
Okay. Well, is Cthulhu and the old ones, would they be spawns of space itself?
No, they'll be spawns of some outer gods that somehow procreated and made Cthulhu. He's
Okay.
actually rather one of the lesser beings of the Lovecraftian mythos.
Wait,
Right.
Cthulhu's a she?
Lovecraftian is no. Lovecraft had a
So therefore,
Cthulhu, made by Lovecraft, is actually one of the lesser of the old ones. He's just an old one. There's something called an outer god.
yeah.
They're worshipped as gods.
Which would be a
because
space
comprehension
monster.
Cannot truly encapsulate what it is, and a god is the closest concept we have to it.
Interesting.
Are those the same outer gods as the Homestead, though?
I don't think so, and if it is, they might have read Lovecraft, because I don't think the bucket trolls came before the other.
Yes, the bucket trolls are just a random race that began existing, but the outer gods are still a thing there.
They are fundamentally part of existence itself, reality itself, the universe, everything.
Yep, and they kind of help the main characters because they were scared shitless of Lord English, the living plot hole that I mentioned in one of our previous monster casts. Like, as I mentioned, he literally the most powerful entity in Lovecraft's lore, Azathoth, I believe it is. English would literally beat his ass for his lunch money and not care. That's how scared of him the outer gods were.
Um,
Is
Okay.
this guy made up by
Azathoth
Lovecraft?
is if Azathoth existed, if he woke up, the universe itself would collapse.
I guess
Yes,
so,
but
Gargamel.
Hole doesn't care about that.
A Piccolo has found the Griffo,
And
finally.
this is why Homestruck is a bad thing. The creatures that would be so self-destructive to allow that.
Homestuck is great. It will ruin you. It will ruin your life, but it's worth it.
Homestuck?
Totally worth it.
Okay,
I have
yeah,
already
that's a little
named
too
fronts to
far.
ensure my life has been.
Okay.
I think you better go now, guys.
Yeah, I think we'll move along
Have a
too.
good time.
See you, Gargamel. Thank you for dropping by,
Bye, Gary.
dropping some Lovecraft on us. I gotta say, that model of the Space Wolf, this one, painted up by this person, simple paint job, but I do love the flat work. Those are some nice models. I'm liking them. As Pro said, I think if I went with Space Marines, I just wanted to mention this, I'd go with, if I went ever with Space Marines in any way, I think I'd go with Salamanders or Space Wolves. I am liking this
Same.
image. Yeah.
Possibly Night Lords.
I'm choosing Salamander mainly. I don't know much about Space Marines as much as many do. But because of that video, those short films that one YouTuber was doing, awesome shorts, he had the salamanders show up and actually show humanity in their characters. And I think Pro and I think that's maybe inspired Pro too.
Would be it.
Yeah.
Salamanders are basically
So,
creepy looking but very nice guys with a fetish for fire.
sounds good to me. And yeah, these Wolfens, they look pretty damn cool, actually. I wouldn't mind to see something like that on a table among a bunch of dull Space Marine. Yes, I said dull because I can. Because this is the Monster Hood. Unlike Tyranids, where everybody looks beautifully sharp-edged and different. All right, moving along now. Tyranid space monsters? No, not really. So we left off with a little bit of grayness on the Lovecraftian one. But if we don't have anything specific, let's move along. That was Gargamel. And on behalf of Gargamel, I'll shout out the next one. The next person. Sounds like Arthur would prefer Chaos Space. Oh yeah, Chaos is... I love Chaos, but if I play Chaos, I wanted to choose Chaos as one of my fantasy or previous time armies, which would be Age of Sigmar now, I guess. But
Ew.
yeah, Space Chaos was pretty awesome. So with Chaos Marines, I'm not sure, they're pretty cool. I do like a lot of stuff, but it's Chaos. A lot of things in Chaos is, especially under Khorne, is too generic evil to me. I love it still. I love red demon type creatures, but it's still like the generic evil, unlike what you see from Nurgle, which is a bit more of a creative evil. And
Nurgle
the like.
is just downright disgusting. In a creative way.
Yeah, but
disgusting
right, in the
nevertheless.
creative way, and it's disgusting. It has its edge of
Nurgle.
darkness. So does Slanesh have its edge of darkness with pervertity and all that. But Khorne, it's just what you see in children's book as evil. You know, it's red, horned, and evil, which is freaking cool, but it's too, I think, at this point, after you've seen so many monsters, you know, too generic a little bit. Yeah. It's still cool as hell. That's never going to become something not cool. Hippie music makes him sleepy. Imperial Fists for me. Well, you know, Pro, you like that fist. Moving on, sorry. Actually, what are Imperial Fists are
builders, constructors, and
Oh, okay.
what's it called? Fortificationists.
I didn't know that's a whole faction of their own Imperial Fists. I guess they are. I don't know. Again, I don't know enough.
Multiple.
Chaos, all
They
right.
are one of the 20 founding legions and are the progenitor of many. It's a great chapter.
That's cute. I like that last meme comic you posted, bro. Nurgle has some beautiful things to it. I do like something formed of dyingness in that whole process, and fungus, because that's a whole new different life. And it's not really dark, it's just dirty. Alrighty, let's move along, just like Slanesh. Let's see, that was Gargamel, so I'm going to shout out, how about you, Dio? Since you're not in voice, I'll shout you out. Do you have anything to talk about today? And Griffo, if you have something over there, let us know if you wanted to shout something out, a space monster. Dio, are you there? Are you sleeping? Are you awake? Are you playing Far Cry too hard? No, he's here. He's not Far Crying too hard right now. Ooh, Dio, what came prepared. I'm proud of you, Dio. Good job. Gonna talk about Gomavitra from Asura's Wrath. It's a dark spirit of Gaia. Nice. Which hides inside and which can easily destroy planets. Everything here can easily destroy planets, it seems. No, I'm kidding. It lights the
Planets
8
are rather
Guardians.
insignificant in the span of
Demigods.
cosmic scale. An
By
astronomic
some
unit is
forces
scaled from
total.
about the sun to the Earth, and that's 8 light minutes.
I know there's
approximately.
a turtle and an elephant and a rhino and some more. It can also fight itself by shooting very powerful beams from its tentacles. So where is this from? Asura's Wrath. Asura's Wrath is a video game. Anime.
Isn't it a video game?
Anime video game.
Anime video game. Is it a good anime?
It has animated segments. That's what I remember of it.
It looks pretty cool. It looks action-packed and powerful. Ooh. It looks like a pretty cool anime. But I'm only judging from images. Asura's Wrath is a treasure. Thank you, Dio. But it's not better than Dio, huh? Far Cry 5 is important. I need to play. So let's take a look at it. I see it on a planet Earth, so it's inside the planet? Anybody aware of this one?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming from within the planet. Those are some awesome images right there. That looks pretty cool. I'm likey. Coming out, and he's all tentacle-headed. And Dark Spirit of Gaia. Okay, so... Right, it is planet Earth, or... Well, we'll call it Father Earth. We'll call Gaia Mother Earth, and we'll call this Father Earth. The Destroyer. Not the Destroyer. That's different. The Destroyer.
Good part.
The
Wait, if
disc
he is
destroyer.
There's an elephant and a rhino. Huh.
He is inside of her. Wouldn't that make him an ST? Since he destroys stuff.
Here are some other Gomas. I guess Gomas are these celestial almost entities. Cool. And there's the rhino. Sweet. I'd like to see this battle Godzilla. Although it looks a lot bigger.
I mean, Godzilla broke literally out of hell, so
Yeah,
like to see
we
that
don't know
too.
the limits of Godzilla, so
there's
Godzilla
no
killed-
limits.
Godzilla killed God.
we made Pro cry. I don't know why. Garfield card is important. I need to play. What's that reaction, Pro? Is that you want to play or somebody made you cry? What's going on there? Azathoth, Mark Peters said, is the strongest. Okay, so that's confirmed. Creative Equinox. Who the hell's that? Let's get him out of here. What's going on here? He's patrolling. He's patrolling the YouTube. The YouTubes. Sounds like a swell guy. All right, Dio. Who do you want to shout out now? Next. That's a good one, Dio. I like that one. As
I
far
do
as
believe
huge
this is our
entities.
third sentient planet thing.
I mean, we did tell space monsters, and space whales can only be so interesting.
Dio, we have Sid, JMPF, Pro, and me. Oh crap, Jono's over there too.
Am I?
The party's taking space in both areas. I like that Pro guy, he's smart. He's just putting himself up from both ends. That's what Pro does when he's free.
You
That's awesome.
created him, Arthur.
I created both of you.
It's your fault. Who created Griffo?
After all, if you guys haven't seen one of the truths of the monsterhood, I'm sure you have by now, but I can always show it again. Where is it? There it is. The truth, it is called. This is Jono and Pro, and the truth behind them. It's loading. Dio, I choose you. Okay, so I'll go next. While this is loading. What is it? Well, it's a good quality GIF. That's why it's loading so long. It's a good quality GIF. Not only because of context, but because of size. I just wanted to mention quickly before this GIF stops loading, Galactus, that Gargamel mentioned. I wasn't going to talk about anything today, but I did want to just give Galactus a shout out because I don't know his actual origins, so he might be beyond space. Yeah, I'm not actually sure about that. If anybody has details on that.
I know.
So
Ooh.
Galactus was a member of a race that existed before our universe, and they died because of the Big Bang. Basically, the universe got a hard reset. So he is the only survivor from that, and he now feeds on antimatter in order to sustain his existence.
Okay.
And that's why he whatchamacallit, eats planets. He converts them and all of the life force on them into antimatter, which he then absorbs. The more inhabited and developed the planet, the more antimatter he can squeeze out of it. But if
Just that
people
I've
on
left.
there they want to try and bargain to get their planet not eaten, some among them can petition Galactus to become his heralds. So he gives them broken OP power, and they fly around space finding other planets for him to munch on.
Alrighty.
Like the Silver Surfer?
Do you have anything to add to that, JMPF? And he disappeared.
He ran away.
I called him out. Well, there's the truth, guys. There is the truth. That's Jono and Pro. Together, they are one, my creation. Okay, JMPF?
I pressed the wrong button. I was gonna. He became that way because his race traveled to the center of the universe, trying to see what was happening there.
I see. The center of the universe. Beautiful. So is Galactus completely malevolent then?
Oh no, he's a neutral party.
He is neutral. Okay.
He just likes to eat things.
He needs to eat things to continue living.
Griffo
Who
said,
doesn't like to continue living?
I, Griffo, have existed. I've lived when the unicorns, not unicrons, used to be around. Okay, I'm going to be believing soon, she said. Well, that's anticlimactic. And she said, see ya. See ya, Griffo. Go lurk somewhere else, Jono said. Jono wants to be the only Slayer. Or check on Scurry.
Will always be.
See if you've survived Agalok. And I don't, she said, I don't have a monster plan, so if it's okay, I suggest Metroid and Space Pirates from Metroid games. Cool. Metroid gets another shout out. Griffo's off to study, says Pro. See ya, she says. Cool. That was a nice welcoming visit. A welcome and welcoming visit. And okay, so that's the scoop on Galactus. My Galactus experience, my awareness of Galactus grew back in the day when elementary school, before even middle school here, what we call middle school. I had trading cards of Marvel. Marvel trading cards used to be an amazing thing. They were awesome. On the back, either they had a summary of the character or power levels, or an artist comment about the artistic production of the character on the card. They were awesome. I loved collecting them. That's something that's died out, but not completely.
No, I think there's just other things that are being collected and made cards of.
Yeah. But that was the main thing. More than comic books, I had Marvel cards. Through middle school and until now, I've not collected more, but more Venoms. As that's what I was turning to collecting more in middle school was Venom. I would trade people all kinds of characters for their Venoms. But Galactus was among the most powerful cards I had. And that's where my appreciation for him developed, and seeing that he was a world eater, that's just a turn on. So then the movie mentioned him, the Fantastic Four. We'll see if he appears in a future Marvel movie. It looks like they're taking a more metaphoric angle, but I like to stay true to the comics. I do like to see superheroes in yellow spandex, because why not? That's what they look like in the comics. Just make it cool. You can do it, Hollywood. You don't have to make everything dark. Although dark is cool, but they're not dark originally.
But space is dark.
Yeah, there.
There's no light there.
Genius. So, yeah, that's Galactus. Oh shit, Young Arthur's wet dream. Yeah, I saw that somewhere. Is that official? I think that's official or something. I don't know. They've done so many things with Venom now. It's whatever. The last comics I saw had dinosaurs with Venom, so I don't know.
There was indeed a comic where Venom took over,
He took over a dinosaur.
and that too. But that was
Galactus.
a different comic.
That's pretty wild.
But yeah, Venom Galactus is a thing.
We don't know Venom's. I guess I could shout Venom out, by the way, since we don't know. Well, no, they have a planet of their own, so never mind. Venom isn't a space creation necessarily, unless you call all of us space creations. But that's pretty powerful. Taking over Galactus, the power of assimilation. So anyway, Galactus is certainly not the most powerful, but among the most powerful of the third tier or second tier in the Marvel universe. Among those including Thanos. I think less powerful than Thanos, if Thanos does have his glove and such.
Oh, he is more. With the glove, technically, Thanos is the third most powerful thing in the Marvel.
A little too high.
And
Was Lady Death and that guy with the chair? Wait, was that DC? I can't remember.
the chair is in DC, but yeah, above him is Lady Death, and above that you have the one above all.
Right. Well, and you have
But
the
yeah,
Celestials
Galactus is,
too.
Thanos is literally nothing to Galactus if he doesn't have the glove.
Yeah. So shout out to Galactus for being, without accessories, very powerful. The humanoid face just wouldn't make sense in a movie, so I get that. But I still like to see the characters in movies true to their original forms. Shout out to that if anybody
that
agrees.
doesn't really work a lot because I actually what I'm trying to say is the humanoid face not working in a movie. I disagree. In the video game Marvel Ultimate Alliance,
Mhm.
there is a cinematic that is very quote unquote realistic looking with Galactus that looks pretty great.
Oh, yeah?
So I would have to disagree.
Really? Can you get a screenshot? I would like to see that. I mean, I would like to see him big like that, but then if we would see Galactus like that and developing as he is, then it would bring in the idea of into the Marvel universe that God exists and that humanity is the face of God, Because why would Galactus have the face of humanity unless there's something above it?
Humanity has the
Because
face of
every
life.
other every humanoid in that universe has a human face.
Right.
But yeah,
So,
this is,
right.
Galactus.
Okay,
from
let's take
that
a look. Nice. Galactus rocks. Look at that. That is power. World Eater. Planet Eater, really. Yeah, Galactus. I don't know. It's just such a almost abstract idea. Galactus is. that's why I think I like it too. Because all this other stuff I like is monsters, and you can really adapt it differently. But showing Galactus like this, it's just so in your face, and it's like, how would that make sense? And it boggles the mind. And his huge helmet, it's just a kind of like a dated concept that you wouldn't see in modern fantasy creators or sci-fi. But I like it. I like it for that. I like it for what it is. I like it. So, yeah, shout out to Galactus. With that, I will call out... Who else do we have left? We have Sid. Illithid Sid. And we still have JMPF and Pro. Illithid Sid, you got something for us? Sucks that Thor defeated Galactus off-screen before you. 2, Ultimate Alliance 2 in general. Huh. Ultimate Alliance, are those video games? I'm
Yep,
assuming.
that's
Okay.
the video game from which those screenshots are.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that sucks. There's some interesting points, in the comics with Thanos and everything, and Thanos discussing with the one above all. Even that's one of the short glimpses we get mentioned of the one above all is when Thanos discusses with him the universes and such. That would be cool to
Thanos,
just see that in the
even
movie.
with love is nothing to the one above all. He
Yeah.
is literally all the awesome
Yeah.
sauce.
Everybody is nothing to the one above all, because the one above all is the writer himself, who will live on forever as the one above all. I haven't played that. I don't really have an interest to do either, says Chris. Pretty great. Love it. Illithid Sid, are you there? We're calling you from the universes. Crushing hologram.
Yeah, because in those pictures that I sent, in that cinematic, Galactus just looks at a hologram of the Earth because he's angry, since in that game you kind of
I
stop him
see.
from eating a planet, and so he's like, I will take my vengeance on them and eat their planet. He crushes the hologram of the Earth, and that's why creating a hologram of a planet and then crushing it is neat and all, but literally physically creating an actual star and then crushing it is far more badass.
I see. So you're saying in a fight between these two, you're saying the League of Legends dragon would win.
Yeah, well, Aurelion Sol would kick Galactus's ass.
How about Galactus makes a hologram image of the dragon and crushes it?
Because in the end, it's just a hologram. Galactus may be big, but he's not planet-eating manually big. He's like the size of a skyscraper, possibly
Oh,
slightly
really?
taller.
Oh.
Yes. He eats planets by using a lot of technology that flies him around the universe and converts planets into antimatter, which he then absorbs.
Okay.
Essentially, he uses technology to create a dimension around the planet that basically goes into his stomach and kind of eats it like that. But Aurelion Sol, he literally created the universe and he has the size of galaxies. So yeah, he,
Right.
smidgen on top of Galactus.
So that's a more accurate showing of Galactus as far as his size goes among the clouds like that. Still awesome. I love the discussion going on here between Pro and Dio. Pro, that'd be awesome if he's one of those memes. Pro, if you can find, or one of you can find a meme of Galactus taking his helmet off and his head being shaped like the helmet, just like that other meme. Oh, that's awesome. That's the truth. That's what his head looks like, and it's really veiny and stupid looking. Finally, Illithid Sid. There we go. Astral Dragon. All right. I was waiting for something like that again. Well, the scope of the MC narrowed a lot when we excluded extraterrestrial beings from other planets. It sure did, I think. We can't see your things there, Sid. I'll click on them, though. Giant entities that float around space are covered so far, so I got nothing interesting to add. Astral Dragon from D&D, maybe. Chris mentioned something similar. You sure did. Been more big. You trying to give me a virus there? Never mind, I'm not clicking any more of those. But we can Google that real quick. Astral Dragon. I'll take this moment to shout out the Brother Moons once again. Love to the Brother Moons. Everybody say huzzah if you have love for the Brother Moons.
No.
Dragon. No. You don't have love for the necromorphic moons? Chris?
Nope.
Why?
The necromorphs, for that matter.
Really, why?
I just don't like them.
Ah. You don't like body horror in general or just necromorphs?
Specifically the necromorphs. I just don't like them.
Interesting.
I don't have a reason. I just don't like them.
Chris, you need a reason.
They're dumb to me.
Damn it, Chris, you're a monsterite. You need more reason than that. You can't just say something stupid and leave it. Well, unless it's stupid, literally.
Yes, I can.
Damn it, Chris. Well, there's Chris. He can be black and white at times. Here's the astral dragon I'm going to take out. I'm assuming much less powerful. If you can give us some details on the astral dragon, there, Sid. I think you're busy with something, but let me see what I can find real quick. Just how astral are they? Type of dragon that was able to the astral sea. So it's a type of dragon that was able to inhabit the astral sea. That's our short of it. So I'm assuming it's not that huge. It's going to be among the largest dragons in the D&D universe, but as far as like being, planet size or universe, it's not, I think, even close to that. But I may be wrong. I think I would have heard of it before if it would be bigger. Grande. But it looks pretty awesome. It has a touch of that Space Godzilla to it. Do you guys like it?
Yeah.
It's lovely. So yes, Necro, what was I saying?
It's a dragon. Of course I like it. How long time have I been talking without you guys being able to hear me?
We haven't heard you in a long time.
Oh, fuck. I've been talking to myself all this
Damn.
time. Never mind.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. On the
God.
topic of liking dragons, I watched the 2019 year review video. You did not mention that you received assistance with the top 10 biggest dragons video. I am hurt.
In the video itself?
Yes, in the 2019 review.
Oh, in the 2019. You're right. You're right.
Oh,
During
yeah.
That was my first.
You gave spotlight to someone who assisted with a video in 2019, but you didn't mention.
Right, Shelves Hot Pencil, last one. Yeah. Shout out to Chris. Chris helped me do the writing. Did most of the writing to the top 10 dragons of film. I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't even think about that when I was doing that because I was so trying to rush myself.
It's all good. I'm just pulling.
That would have been great, though. No, Chris needs a shout out for that. And probably even most of you here don't know that because that's the first video I had writing help with that's been produced. So shout out to that. But if you see some issues with the video, know that it was between me and Chris too. It was a lot of contemplation, I think, on both of our sides making that video. A lot more than it seems when you finally get it to top 10 down. So if you do have some issues, bring it up with both of us. Yeah. Shout out to Chris on Dragons and Celestial. Yeah. Well, Astral Dragon here. Pretty generic. It's a pretty generic dragon template. They have, right, that's what I figured there, Illithid. They have a lightning breath weapon though, and in some versions can plane shift. Nice. And a lightning breath weapon. Okay, let's see. Does it say anything about the size? Lightning damage. Nice. Yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna be like the red dragon size or whatever. Maybe a little bigger. Let us know, Sid, if you can let me know the size of it. I'm going to actually look up a D&D dragon sizing chart. How about that? On the topic of dragons real quick. Chart. Okay, let me see. Finding the sizes of dragons, and I did mention that in that review video. Thanks for watching that, Chris, by the way. That's a long video, longer than I expected.
That wasn't that long.
that was a headache of a video to do because of the sizes and trying to measure them down and everything. And in that video, I mentioned that on the bottom, I was actually going to add a rant on how I found more dragon sizes there and how I calculated the sizes. I was going to do a rant addition in that video. So I was going to do the top 10 and then stay here if you want to see my rant. But then I decided to cut that out, just keep it more by itself.
If you want to do a rant, so that you don't muddy the ending of the top 10, because people will be like, wow, that was a nice video. Was this rant? Oh.
Right. Because I knew, I was kind of expecting for people to say, well, how'd you get that size? How'd you get this? But I wasn't getting that much of that. But that's because it also hasn't garnished the views yet that it could. And then you'll get all kinds of comments. But I did
also assist in responding to one gentleman.
You did, at least one.
About the final, why the final one
Ghidorah.
is as big as itself.
And I think that's fair. That's a tricky one too, though. It was a tricky topic all in all. And so in that posted comment, I mentioned that if you want to see a video, I can do it because I saved my Photoshop file basically in short, to better get these sizes is I took the diagrams, most accurate diagrams, screenshots, and PNGs or GIFs of the dragons, put down the size of human with the scale of meters next to the human. There's a lot of charts like that, right? With the blue whale, with an elephant, and then taking the weight of an elephant, taking the weight of a blue whale, and working through Photoshop with those sizes. So I have that Photoshop file. It's very ugly because they're not nicely cut out PNGs of each dragon, but you can still see it comparatively to the next dragon and a human. So I have that file. I saved it specifically to that if I ever have to make a video explaining myself, and I think it'd just be a pretty informative video for people that want to explore it. And I still believe I could be very wrong on the sizes, but at least I can show you how I went about getting them, So if anybody wants to see that, I think it'd be an interesting one. Let me know. I am going to save that Photoshop file, though. Okay. And the Brother Moons I mentioned a couple times, we don't know the real origin, right? We still don't know. We know Brother Moons are there, but where do they come from? We don't know if it's planet-based or space-based or what, the whole necromorphic epidemic, right? So we don't know if they're totally space monsters, correct?
They do float and live in space, so they would technically fit.
Right. As far as, if we don't know any more of the origin, I guess we can include them since we had so many other moon-type things. Yeah, for sure. So we'll say Brother Moons and the whole necromorphs because of that. Because of what they create. So we got an assimilation one today. That's Brother Moons. Okay, going on. Sid, thank you. Sid, do you want to mention the next person? Got to do it quickly. If you can hear me, Sid. Actually, who's left? We have Pro and JMPF.
No, Pro talked, so it's only JMP.
Oh, Pro talked. What did Pro talk about?
The Junjishu one.
Oh, yes, the big moon, the planet thing. Ooh, a necromorph taking over that.
Big, scary thing.
And I did talk about that already. Sorry, Pro. Still love you. Can't not love you. Now you've got the black rank. Gotta love you. Forgettable.
He is the pillar of the community.
There we go. All right, JMPF. Let's listen to JMPF. JMPF, go ahead and share yours. You can do it by voice. Try to get your volume up if you speak.
Is the Lovecraftian one.
Okay. So it's Azathi, so it is a Lovecraftian one. Thank you, JMPF. The Azathi are children of Azathoth, made of thermonuclear energy. As they can't control their internal energies, most of them die immediately. However, at least 3 are still alive, Azatha, Azath, and Azathu, and wander somewhere in the cosmos. Awesome. I want to get some images of these guys. So these are the children of Azathoth. So we're not going totally OP here, just mentioning Azathoth. Plus, Azathoth is beyond space. Because space is just the physical nothingness that we see out there. But if we're talking dimensions, that's really not space. That would be monsters of other dimensions, and that could be another topic. What is this lion doing
He is
here?
beyond space, but not beyond a green idiot in a trench coat.
What?
Interesting. Interesting comment by Chris. Like and subscribe. We need some images. What do they look like, JMPF?
I think you should Google them. I have to improvise because my original monster was an alien, and you say no alien.
Oh, okay. We did do an episode on aliens before, didn't we?
I do believe we did, yes.
Alien monsters. I'm not finding anything. Let me see. Maybe I'll put in Lovecraft. I'm finding too many images of humans, and I don't like that. Okay, so we have Azathoth. I think Azathoth images would be abstract, right? Because like many other
He is
entities,
an abstract concept
right? You
on
you
his
can't
own.
look at it, right? You can't see it physically, or you can't comprehend what it looks like.
I mean, you can look at it, but it will drive you insane as you start realizing what it is you are looking at.
Awesome. Nicely
Ignorance
explained.
truly is
You don't-
bliss.
Or alternatively, if you don't really care for it, you can just say, that looks dumb, and not care.
You truly have to answer for everything,
That's
Chris.
Chris's reply. That's how Chris overcomes Azathoth. He looks and he says, "That's dumb. I don't know why. I don't need to know. You don't exist anymore." And that's how Azathoth gets defeated by Chris. There you have it, folks. And then you have the Chris entity that you have to deal with now.
I mean, Chris is going to be able to deny a lot of things that doesn't mean.
I'm
He should
looking
to
here.
defeat his greatest
you-
enemy, known as Age of Sigma. It hasn't gone away yet.
It no longer exists in my reality. That is all. that
Your
matters.
reality is still connected to mine. of
You guys
which
should
is-
see Merlin, the miniseries, the TV movie, kind of. That's great because it has the whole idea. If you don't believe in it, then it will cease to exist. It's a beautiful tale, and it has Sam Neill
Maybe
from
in this
Jurassic Park
particular
once
case,
again.
It might not be, it's not, it won't cease it, but if you don't believe in it, it doesn't have power over you.
I can't get any reference to the size of an astral dragon of D&D in any way quick here. Can someone look that up? So I'm assuming that as far as an appearance for Azathoth and Azathu, we don't have an appearance. So it could be a tentacly monster like we're seeing here with Azathoth. It could be
Can
anything.
you search for seeds of Azathoth?
He's eating and he's not sharing. What did you say, JMPF? What was the question?
Can you Google for images of seeds of Azathoth?
As a thought or as a thought?
Seeds for his seeds because they're similar.
Seeds? Did you say seeds?
Yes.
Okay.
If I fit, I sits.
Seeds. Seeds of Azathoth. Yeah, it's all just, Lovecraftian, Cthulhian looking monsters. Just a lot of tentacles and stuff. And Great Old One the same. So there's nothing... Yeah, you can't perceive them. So just these abstract images that you see with general Cthulhian stuff. Make sense? And as somebody said, who said that? Yes, Sid said, you can't look at the images or you'll go insane. That's Lovecraftian rule. They should make a cool Lovecraftian movie like that, like they did with The Ring. Not the best movie, but where they see that videotape and they die. There should be like a Lovecraftian one that if they finally see, somebody finds an old image or drawing or sketch of a Lovecraftian creature and it's been going around and they found it in the museum and people are dying from looking at it and it's bringing to life something dark. That'd be a freaking... We need more damn Lovecraftian, true Lovecraftian, not Lovecraftian, but Lovecraft movies. Huzzah to that.
I would like to see an adaptation of the Night Haunter.
They eventually have to bring
Haunter, what's it
Cthulhu
called? Night Stalker?
into the cinema. I mean, seriously, we haven't had Cthulhu in cinema yet. What is up with that? That's such a easy like
I think
thing
it's because
license. It's not even a license.
It's not
I
that
think
easy
it's
to
the
make.
opposite. It's,
Cthulhu isn't really just the monster, it's the very concept of insanity of the unknown.
Right.
It's not the jump scare type horror, it is existential horror. And
Yes.
capturing that in movie or even game format is
Mm.
pretty difficult.
Preach. What were you saying, Jono?
yeah, it's kind of hard. to
Well, yes,
represent.
it's hard, but I mean, we have all these big blockbusters and even The Witch, and they're buying, or things that are buying licenses from Predator and Aliens licenses. You don't need a license for a Cthulhu movie, and you have a lot
No,
of fans
okay,
for it. So
okay.
you save money on the
Yeah,
license. You already have the fans.
But
Get a damn good
how
writer.
do, okay, but how do you portray something that it's not even explainable
Right.
in a movie?
Well, by the reactions of people.
It's very simple. You just have people react to it and or be affected by it.
Right.
Show,
For-
don't tell,
for-
by the way.
Yeah,
for
they
2
have a
hours.
lot of related
Like
movies.
Bird Box.
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean, they have Dagon. Dagon's a great movie. One of my favorite horrors now.
which one?
Dagon. 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 Check it out, man. I love Dagon. Wish I found it earlier in my life. Mouth of Madness, somewhat Lovecraftian, not really. But yeah, you don't have to show them. You can show glimpses of it. But of course, there's going to be infections and cults and all that. It could be a wonderful movie based on a Lovecraft work, and the studio will save money on licensing so that they can put all that money and make amazing special effects. Come on now. Why hasn't this happened? We all know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time, as Hollywood has no good ideas sometimes. That's
Del
very
Toro
general
wanted
to
to
say.
do it.
What did you say, JMPF?
Del Toro wanted to do a Lovecraftian film.
I think we have to do it. I have
Guillermo del Toro.
again. Oh, he did.
Guillermo del Toro.
Well, hell yeah! If he did it, he would do it right. That's what we're talking about. He gets it. We're gonna have to do it then. Low budget.
Well, to be fair though, bringing it back to the Predator talking point, we still got that idea for a show, televised series that's basically the Predator going around hunting cryptids and mythical creatures.
Right. Well, the cool things with running this channel and doing the videos, like even with the whole werewolf one, with every werewolf of every movie, is from time to time I get contacted by a small time actor or director that made one of those low budget movies. And once again, as I always say, as we grow with this channel, it opens doors for us, right? So maybe in the future, we can collaborate with someone. And not just myself, hopefully we can get someone on here to collaborate, even as an actor or writer or something. We never know. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Supposed to be a black hole of galaxy. Sid, your job, Sid, your mission is still to find me the size of an astral dragon. I want to see a comparative picture. I can't find them included in charts. Not on my brief viewing.
Doesn't have a size size class.
It should, because everything in D&D really does. I just haven't looked deep enough. Let me see. It should say right here. Change shape. It can change shape, so that it's huge. Okay, so it's a huge dragon. Okay, so if it's huge, then it's not, because there's a larger size than huge, I think, in D&D this edition. So then, yeah, it's not that big. Okay, I'm done. I just wanted to make sure it's not enormous, Roger, be right back. Thank you, Sid. From my favorite Monstercast, Halloween Monsters. Oh, yeah? Halloween Monsters. That was a good one, actually. We had a lot of good ones. On that note, let's vote for the next one. I think we're done. Everybody shared. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. And every bun. For you buns out there. I'm going to throw... What am I going to throw out? Okay, go ahead and make your requests. John Hamm Monsters, that's barely going to be included. We'll see. Monsters we would like to see more in media. There we go.
Ooh.
Like I was just saying. I'm gonna include mine from last week, one of mine.
We already did one of from our nightmares slash dreams, if I recall.
That's what I first I joined.
Oh, really? Okay, so we had a dream one. That's a good one. We'll have to do that again in a couple years. How long have we been here now? What has it been? A year and a half, right? Just about.
Basically, from what I'm able to see on the Voices of the Monsterhood channel, the first upload we did here was 8 months ago, and before that we've had a bunch of other uploads on the main Monster Voice.
Yeah.
The main World Monsters
I
channel.
feel
so
like we've been
about
here
a year and a half,
longer.
actually.
Pro, how long have we been here? I'm feeling like it's been over 2 years now. Because I feel like I've been torturing Pro about not being a cave troll since like last
Just see.
January. But I don't think it's been I don't think it's been 2 years. Thank you.
2 years on May 21st. As always, I have. And what do I get in as a reward
For your
John
shit
Logan
posting?
Monsters is not choice for the next Monstercast. Now everybody should vote for
Cool.
that.
Jono. Let's see. So, yeah, May will be... Okay, so yeah, year and a half. We've been... A little bit more than year and a half we've been here. That's awesome. Okay. So I voted something. My request is the best monster figure you can find out there, whether it's a miniature, a toy, or a sculpt. Just something you would love to own if you had...
So sculpted monsters.
Yeah, if you had the money, unlimited money, what monster figure out there or sculpture, whatever, would you bring into your house? I just want to see some cool artwork. We need another one, guys, or I'm going to throw another one out. Oh, goodness. We've done cringy monsters, I'm pretty sure.
Can we just throw that one out the window and forget it existed? Because
Done.
it looks like that one of those things from Dinosaurs. That animatronic movie, TV show thing with dinosaurs.
Okay, since nobody's mentioning anything else, I'll do the third one. So, slow. But I still want to see this. I want to see what people come up with.
There are already 3 requests.
Shit posting as usual. Last time Jono admitted that he shit posts on our Monsterhood. He was digging himself a hole. Johnny from the American Classic. His name was Johnny. Gotta have that football. Really? That's a real thing that exists? A bobblehead? Okay, what's worse? A bobblehead or a Funko? Ooh, a Funko or a bobblehead still has purpose. It still has purpose and about as much detail as actually more detail than a Funko. So I think I'm gonna go bobblehead on that one. At least that's something I can put in my car and like it does something fun. Hey, Tommy Wiseau bobble. Really? Do they really have a? Well, it's Funko. So okay, yeah. I'm not surprised. Really?
For against Funko Pops.
Well, I get it for those of you out there in other countries that don't have cool things. Then you have to suffer Funko, but you know, I didn't hate it as much. You guys made me hate it more, so it's because of you. It's just a sad thing that a company can make something so crappy and cheap and people go nuts over it and they can't realize. You know who just made a video? Oh, no. Pro showed me the video of a guy making a video that made a video saying, I hate Funko Pop or why they're shit. And he makes good points, but it's like obvious. You shouldn't have to make a I hate video. That should... I'm done. Okay. How could you have
Man,
better minis than
but,
me? I am the monster master. Thank you, JMPF. You have honored me. Okay, so the 3 things that we're going to vote for.
For
Oh, I already
For-
posted them. Is not John Hamm. Slow. Okay, and I already see some votes. Okay, cool. I repeat them again. Okay, here they are. Will you stop posting?
no,
Monster. So
I will
one.
post that until it is accepted.
Who is that? Is that
And-
Thor? Is that real? Okay, it's not real. Somebody just put him in there. It can't be. That's too awesome.
I would not be surprised if
I wouldn't either. Funko Pops exist, so I'm not surprised by any cash grab out there. And that is a huge fucking cash grab. God damn it. Just pisses me off. I have to count that shit. Okay. Here we go. Monsters. Yeah, John was starting again. He's going to fuck him. Okay. Enough with the naughtiness, Arthur. Can I mail you my sculptures? Mark Peters, can you mail me your sculptures? Well, hell, if you want. I know it costs you. I think you're in Sweden there, Mark. That's a far ways, man. But of course, I always welcome you. Have my address, I think. I'll have them right here next to me. But yeah, I don't want you spending money for that shipping. So maybe show me first if you want, or yeah, let me know. Okay, back to the point again. Monsters we would like to see more in media. 1. 2, the best monster figures we can find out there for ourselves. 3, slow but deadly. Something
And
that's
4?
very slow but extremely deadly.
What's the 4th one, Arthur? Announce it.
And I'm not talking planet slow, because a planet wouldn't be slow. I'm saying slow comparatively to us. Okay?
We are talking a slow.
So it
slow
can't be
thing.
too
Planets
huge.
move faster than we realize, in all honesty.
Yeah, and it has to
If
move. It can't be
Earth's-
stationary like a tree.
yeah, if Earth stopped spinning, we would all start flying.
No.
Right.
At least a part of us on the wrong side of the Earth, depending on where it's moving.
That would be awesome.
If it suddenly stopped moving, as in right now it stops moving, everything is just gonna go flying in one
What a
direction.
beautiful reset that would
Family.
be for Mother Nature if it just did that, because it would kill all of us. Most, if not all, the animals. But it would leave enough biology and organic matter on our planet to reset.
The oceans would fly off, you fool.
Just fly off. Splash Galactus in the face. Wait, he's not that big. Damn it.
His cup of water.
Okay, so JMPF is the only one that voted. He gets a watermelon. Good job, JMPF. Can count on you to be mature and on topic.
I kind of want slow and deadly.
I need a JMPF in my life.
It does sound nice.
Slow but deadly.
We'll just talk about Necrons.
Dio, what do you vote? Illithid Sid, what do you vote? And if you found that size of the Astral Dragon, JMPF voted. John, give us a real vote. Chris, what did you vote for?
All three are
If
tempting.
since we live in a fascist Discord and
Yes.
other people's opinion doesn't count, I'm
No.
going to go with monsters we would like to see more in media because it was the only one that Arthur didn't propose.
Jerk.
And plus the most interesting one. But if we go for slow and deadly,
Okay.
I am tempted to actually go for the one.
And he cut off. The one what?
The one where what monsters you want to talk about or in.
You said in media, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 2 votes for that. Nobody else is voting still. Thanks for voting, John, even though you're spiting me.
one day, I
Yes.
will win, Arthur.
Yes. When Chris gets his own rank. Pro, what do you vote for? 2 for slow, 2 for astral. And C, what do you vote for?
I think I say slow, because slow sounds nice.
Cool. We've had that one for months,
Sleepy
actually.
Robot.
We've had slow for months and nobody picked that one. Pro says, oh yeah, he made that one. So Pro gets how many votes? actually. 3 votes versus 3 votes for slow. Which means I can break this myself. Hold on. Sid came back with an answer. Ancient astral dragon is listed as gargantuan. Really? So it's gargantuan, not huge. Because in that listing, in the rulebook you showed me, Sid, it said huge.
Bad joke.
It's as big as you get, D&D wise. Okay, so it's big. It's kaiju size, but it's not celestial sized. Okay, so that's how big celestial dragon is. I mean astral dragon. I guess we're just slow to getting to it, Arthur. I guess so. I think we're going with slow. I'm going to break the vote myself. Media. We kind of talked about stuff like that. Stuff that we would like to see more in media. Jono sounds sad. I think we've talked many times. I think we even had a Monstercast, something like that. A monster we would like to see in a movie. I'm pretty sure we did. GMPF would remember. But for sure, Lovecraftian ones. Literally Lovecraftian ones. Not Lovecraft ones, not Lovecraftian. You got the whole Womp Squad laughing. Okay. So we're going to do slow but deadly. SBD. Like silent but deadly. That could be another one. Okay, slow but deadly. JMPF can't hear me, so I can't ask him. I think we're done, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next Saturday. We talked about space monsters today. Everybody on YouTube, thank you for joining us. That's Mark Peters, all the duplicates, and Griffo. Thank you, Louie, for preparing ahead of time. Thank you guys for preparing. We'll talk about slow but deadly, so meaning they have to be moving, but very slowly. They can't be stationary, and they have to be relatively slow to us humans. Okay? Any questions?
And something that teleports be slow.
Yeah, that can work, because it can teleport to another spot, but then move very slowly from then on.
Like Jason.
What a balance. Alrighty, guys. With that, I bid you a farewell. Have a wonderful weekend. 2020 is shaping up to be a wonderful year. We should talk more about that and your New Year's resolutions maybe next time. Hopefully you've thought about them. We'll start the next Monstercast like that if I can remember. If not, then whatever. Wait, who won? I wasn't paying attention. Slow but deadly won, Pro. And I explained the rules twice. There he goes again. That's what you get for not paying attention. You lose. All right, guys. Say your goodbyes. Love you all. Thanks for being brethren
Arthur,
and sisters.
you know that this dictatorship you're stating over your own district.
I'm leaving before Jono screws this up again and digs himself a hole, and I take his ranks away, and then he starts crying and sending me Facebook messages that he's crying and he's going to bed in tears, and I don't know if he's serious or joking because he keeps using the same tone. It never changes, so I don't know what the hell's happening, so I'm out of here. Thank you, guys. Huzzah.
Yeah, I know you love me. You love me anyway.
Or, as Victor would usually say, don't fear the unknown. Seek it out, study it, understand it. To which I reply with, fear the unknown. Shoot it in the face with a shotgun.
Beautiful, Chris. Nobody else wants to say goodbye? How can you do that
I like
after all we've been
Bronx.
through?
Have a good time.
2 hours,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Oh, that's
Nice.
that's my turn.
Forgot how to do the other hand symbol for heart. Is that on my emoji?
Which others?
Oh, yeah, that's it. That was to you, Jono. And everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Okay, turning off the cam. See you guys.
Is it over?
3, 2, 1. Until next Saturday. See you, Mark. Can I email me? Yeah, email me, Mark, and we'll talk there. Oh, Belgium. Yes, you're in Belgium. I'm sorry, I forgot. I remembered one of those.
Arthur already found a substitute.
Substitute for what? I have to record this.
For this.
Sid says goodbye, nerds.